Check out shares of Coinbase. It is ugly. The stock is tanking this morning, along with the price of Bitcoin, as the SEC reportedly investigates the company. Shares are down nearly 15%. The issue at hand, whether the cryptocurrencies that Coinbase lists should have been registered as securities. Kate Rooney joins us to break down the issue here. And Kate, there's a lot to break down. Coinbase, meanwhile, is defiant, just tweeting, laws from the 1930s could not predict crypto. They're referring to the Howey test, which Gensler has used to say that they are indeed securities.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes back to this Orange Grove test. People in the crypto industry have really pushed back on that being the way to determine if something's a security, though. Guys, a source just telling me that the SEC is indeed investigating Coinbase. This is in regards to listing cryptocurrencies that the commission says are unregistered securities. Bloomberg did report this news first, but I'm also told that this probe predated that insider trading case last week, which, for a little bit of context, that is where this issue got a lot of attention. The DOJ also looked into the case. They didn't mention anything about unregistered securities. The SEC, though, when they came out with their statement, said, by the way, guys, it's insider trading, but there's about 9 unregistered securities here. So that's where it really got a lot of attention. People started paying attention to what it could mean for Coinbase, and then the implications are huge for the industry. So by letting Coinbase go public in the first place, I'm told the SEC sort of tacitly approved the way that they list coins on that platform. This is the biggest U.S. exchange. They list about 150 tokens at this point. The question here is, why didn't they come out and do this sooner? If the SEC had issues with the way that they were registering securities in the framework that they have been pretty transparent about, it's about on their website. They have this process that other exchanges have actually adopted and started using. People are wondering in the industry, why is this happening now? So it calls into question what Coinbase has to do going forward. Would they have to register as a national securities exchange or some sort of alternative trading system? Right now, Coinbase has a money transmitter license, but it's not a broker-dealer. It's not an exchange. Could have regulatory implications. For now, though, guys, there's no injunction or cease and desist order. So Coinbase can really keep doing business as usual. It doesn't mean they've got to stop trading these or facilitating the trading of these cryptocurrencies at this point. But it is another example of this regulation by enforcement that people in the industry have really pushed back on, in the lack of any other lawmaking and framework that's come out. And that seems to be getting pushed back even further. I'm told the likely scenario is that there will be some sort of legislation in the spring, but the fall doesn't look like that's the situation at this point.
Great report, Kate. As a watcher of this, I'm just thinking, give me a break, crypto industry, right? How long are they going to go, leave us alone, leave us alone? This is totally different from what we've had in the past. But tell me exactly what to do and exactly what the rules are right now. I mean, frankly, these things, many of them were pitched to the public much like securities, with the idea you sort of got equity in this thing that we're building. And because this thing that we're building is the future of finance, the value of this coin you buy is going to go up. I mean, they're pitched like securities. So it's weird to me that they're arguing they're absolutely not securities.
The pushback, John, has been from those who say that the industry is not on the right side here and is not following the rules, have said that the SEC has been pretty clear that everything other than really Bitcoin and Ether are unregistered securities. So they should be acting within that framework. Some have said they have their clarity, they just don't like the clarity, and they want to get around it, or they want a new sort of framework. They want an updated framework for digital assets, and they've just been plowing ahead in the meantime and hoping that regulators will catch up here. The longer it takes, it seems like, in this context of if everything's a security, they are operating outside of bounds here. And, the Uber analogy might be too much of a stretch here, but the idea that this exchange, these cryptocurrencies have gotten so popular to the point where maybe regulators will catch up. You could compare it to the taxi commission. But you're right. Yeah, they at this point are operating, it seems, in the eyes of the SEC, outside of bounds here.